Okay, so this is how my first resume looked like, and this is how my second looked like, and this is how my third and the final resume that got me around 5 job offers looked like. We'll be disclosing it later in the video. So let's move on and discuss some key points to remember while writing your resume and the website or application that you should be preferring to write your resume and how my resume worth 5 job offers looked like. Before starting over, I want you guys to take a pen and a paper and list all the points down that I'm gonna tell you guys in this video so that you could keep that list aside while you are preparing your resume. Starting with the key points to remember while writing a resume. First, try to make your resume specific to a company's job description and try to include as much keyword as you can from that job description into your resume, because nowadays everything are automated and most of the companies hire bots that look over your resume and filter them out using the keyword matching algorithms. Second, try to keep your resume look professional. Never mention date of birth, marital status or your family's profession into it. I'm telling this because a lot of CV or resume maker nowadays include all those points which are really unnecessary and makes your resume looks unprofessional. Third, make your resume crisp and to the point. Interviewer hardly spends around 6 to 10 seconds looking over your resume, and if you write long paragraphs and Ramayanas over there, it will just drag the interviewer's attention out of your resume. Fourth, always follow one page rule. Never try to exceed that if you are a fresher. Experienced person can move on to the second page if they have worked for around 10 years in the industry they are applying to. Fifth, know about all your projects, achievements and strength and list it down in a page so that you could pick the topmost of them and mention it in your resume so as to make it point-wise and precise. Sixth point, never lie about your achievements in your resume because the interviewer that is sitting in front of you is way more experienced and have taken a lot of interviews. Seventh point, always export your resume in PDF format because all other formats, even docs, can sometimes change their alignments if you open them from a different device. While exporting, always try to give your resume a meaningful name, like let's say resume.pdf or your name _resume.pdf or something like that, because sometimes the interviewer or anybody related to your job profile might ask you to send it via online means, and there that 10222.pdf and all those things doesn't look professional. So now moving on to the correct way and the application or website or what did I use to create my resume. I used Google Docs for creating my resume and I submitted the same template, the same look in every company that I have applied to by making just some slight changes related to their job description and all those companies selected my resume and called me for further rounds. So you could just search for Google Docs over here and then go to the first link, and even you could access it from your Google Apps and that would be also easy. Then move on to go to Google Docs, and then once you navigate over there you will see this template gallery over here and just click on there. And then here, as you can see, there are so many templates present over here, like for resume and even for your college projects also, for letters, personal blogs, and here you can see for projects and all. This is such a versatile application, just believe me. And then we will just navigate now to our matlab wala thing, that is the resumes part. As here you can see there are 5 templates you can use in your resume. I personally love this serif one because here the colors and the fonts and the way this is aligned is so perfect. So I just prefer using this serif one for my resumes. Just remember to keep the color of your resume to either blue or black. So moving on, here you can write your name. You can even make it smaller if you guys think that it is big enough. And then here you could mention your key abilities. You could search for this key abilities for resume and you will get a lot of words that you could mention over here. Now moving on to the experience wala part. So always remember to mention your experience in the order, the most recent one should be at the top and then the older one should be following it. So let's say if you are currently working in a company, that should be in the topmost place only. So the persons for the freshers, if you guys are not experienced, you could keep your career summary over here. You could just rename this experience to career summary. Just take care of cases and all. So you could just mention them it like career summary over here, and give all your internships and like workshops you have attended, or anything else, or any part-time things you have done, freelancing or anything else. You could just mention all those things over here. And then moving on to the next thing comes education. So in education also, just remember to like write the most recent degree that you have got in the top, and then following the older education, you will just have to mention your degree and then your 12th and 10th marks. That's it. And then in projects, you can include your topmost projects. As I told earlier, just write down all of your projects and just choose 2 to 3 of them that you think is really like unique that you have done. If you have done some basic projects, that are also okay. Like they will just ask you, they will just check for like if you are well aware with the thing that you have done or not, and that's it. They don't look for like a heavy project over here, because they know what college teach and all, and most of the companies just train their peoples after getting placed. And then moving on to the skills wala part, here you can mention like the skills, like if you are acquainted with C++, Java, blockchain, web designing, any other things, you could just mention it here. And just remember to make it in bullet points. You could just use bullets or numberings to highlight those things. Here is the point, the most avoided one, like the award section. Don't write from your LKG UKG ka achievements. Just try to write the achievements that you have that are so recent, like from around your 12th. Okay, so in the languages section, you could mention any other language like French, Korean, or any other language you know except English or Hindi, so that it would leave an extra mark on the interviewer that like, yeah, you are a good resource to send you to like other country when the company needs, so that you could communicate over the clients over there. And also, yeah, that's a point you could mention over here. Utilize your K dramas and all things that you have learned from them to like write over here also. And yeah, this is how. And yeah, I forgot this part. Here you just mention your address. If you don't want to mention, it's all right. You could just mention your email ID and phone number, and mention some of the social media link like the LinkedIn or anything else. Don't mention your Instagram ka ID. Okay, so now moving on to the fact that how my resume looked like. So for that, I would like to take you guys to my laptop screen and share like why I wrote what thing and how it went. So let's get there. So I have mentioned my name. I know it's too big in font, but yeah, I loved it that way, so I just kept it there. And then here I have mentioned the key abilities that I was talking about. I have mentioned 3 of them. And then talking about my education, I just experimented a little bit and made it in a tabular form. And I have told you guys earlier that just start with your latest degree and then go with your +2 and then to your 10th. And don't judge me by my marks here, like it is how it dropped from CGPA 10 to 80%. It's a long story. And then talking about my project, I have not done any big project. All of the projects were so basic, and it were like the mini projects that we do in our college and in each semester only. The way they told me to write code for, let's say, this online examination system, and I was able to explain how the algorithm was and how things work. So that is the thing that worked for me. And yeah, so you could also mention bindas your basic wala projects itself. And if you are in like around your second year, third year, start doing some meaningful projects, so that you wouldn't have to write all these mini projects that you do in your semesters over here. That was my mistake, because no one was there to guide me. I have added this career summary here. As you can see, I have written all the courses that I have done. I have mentioned my internship and like my some skills, and then the workshops that I have attended to. And this is the thing, this one is the thing that I wanted to mention because I feel good about it. So yeah, and then the areas of interest, it is like the 2 subjects that I was interested in, or I thought I was more acquainted with. If they couldn't contact me through the Gmail, they could like reach me through my phone. So that's why I have given my phone number over here and my LinkedIn ID. And I'm telling you guys, don't try to get into my LinkedIn and like search for me. I haven't even opened it in like a while. And then coming to the skill sets, then for the awards, I have mentioned all of my awards over here and the extracurricular activities. You could even mention if you guys were your house captain or prefect or anything else. So you could just mention this shows your leadership skills and all. If you want, you can add some other fields also. So yeah, I would just give you guys a glance of how it would look in a single page. This is how it got printed out and it looks cool, right? So hope this will help you guys in some way to design your resume for your dream job. And yes, one more suggestion that I want to give you guys is that never look at someone else's resume, because that will anyhow give you guys some sort of insecurity that yeah, he has mentioned all these things in his resume or her resume, and he or she have this many achievements, I don't have any, or how or what should I add on extra and all. Because at the end it's your ability that speaks over. Believe in yourself and what you have done. So this was it for this video. See you guys in the next one. Till then, keep slaying, keep shining, and make a dazzle resume. Bye bye.